Yeah, that's thunder. You'll hear it. Celebrity children. I feel sorry for them. I pray for them. Their parents, most of them, get lost. They don't have a faith anymore. They don't believe in God. If they did believe in God, they don't believe in Him anymore. They believe in a different God, not the true living God. And those celebrity children, they have no real mentors. They don't know what chores are. They don't know how to make a living other than living off of their celebrity parents, or they get into acting, they get into music. They don't do as well. They really have no identity. Some of them become directors. A lot of them fail. A lot of them fail in the music industry. And they just don't learn the normalcy of life. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I'm going to mention that again. We were talking about how we see Diane Keaton and other people in movies, and they try to appear living a simple life, but they're still in $1 million house. They have nice things, and these people, they don't know because they're so far from ever having lived that life, if they ever have, or they were never in that type of life. They were always a celebrity or a celebrity's child. So we see a lot of movies to where it's just so unrealistic of the homes they live in and the cars they drive, you know. Jackie and I met a lot of celebrities, and we met the 21 Jump Street. In fact, one of my friends was from Sacramento, and he was on 21 Jump Street. We met Dom DeLuise's son. We met quite a few people. It wasn't just them. We met Tina Marie, Robert Townsend. We met Jody Watley, Whitney Houston, The Whispers. We met a lot of people. And it wasn't just a hello, I'm a fan. Because for one, I'm not a fan, never was, and I never asked for any autographs. I would just say, hi, yeah, nice to meet you. You know, Roberta Flack. I mean, I could keep going. I have lists of people we saw at parties. And Jackie and I were appalled by what we saw at those parties. We couldn't believe what we saw. We couldn't believe the things that were being brought to our attention about people that we did kind of look up to in a way as children. But I'm not here to defame them. But I will say this. Hollywood is not what you think. I don't support it. Never will. So for all of my friends they're trying to live the bougie life, and whatever they call it now, it's bougie, I think, is the newest term, not sure. But they want to have the big house and everything. They're starting to realize that they're in their 60s, and now they're not able to get up those stairs, and there's no one left to impress. There are fewer parties going on. There's no one to show off to. Let's just put it that way. Their cars, everything they have. It's a shame because now those cars have broken down. They're not modern anymore. They're not, wow, you have a Mercedes. Wow, you have this. A lot of friends have woken up and realized, had they just lived a simple life, a simple home, they would have money for other things. But you know, I grew up in a poor situation. So I'm just happy to have anything, and God knows that. Boy, does God know that. I'm just happy to be alive and have some kind of roof over my head. Yep, making popcorn. You know, I was thinking, and I've always thought this way for 32 years now. Simple things. We used to make popcorn in a pan. We didn't have Jiffy Pop just yet, and then Jiffy Pop came out to where you just buy this convenient small tin pan, it foiled up, and you just have that on your stove. And of course, now there's microwave popcorn. This is the old style, nostalgic way, and I like to make it in the pot also. But I was just thinking, with some of my friends have always felt they needed a bigger home, a better car, sports car, always looking to be like a celebrity. And Jackie and I met so many celebrities. Not one time did I ever ask for an autograph. And it's not out of disrespect. It's because I have always seen celebrities as just human beings. I've never wanted to be like them. There was a moment as a teenager, 19 years old, 20, 21 maybe, not even that, but I was still a kid. Adult age, but still a kid. And a lot of my friends grew up like me. We didn't have much. We either had one parent, or one parent was not there enough, or we didn't have a lot of money. One parent didn't keep a job. Something to where we didn't have a lot. We had the same shoes for many years. I didn't even know that my feet had grown. I was still wearing size 7. And then a podiatrist told me one time, if you wear the right size shoes, your feet are going to spread out, grow out the size that they're supposed to be. That happened. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, all that time I was cooping my feet up, I know they do that in other cultures. Chinese culture, I believe, is where they would coop their feet up. But, and saying all of this, I'm looking at this popcorn and I'm thinking, I just like ordinary popcorn. I don't need to have anything special, no special cars, no special house. And I have a few friends like me that we just like to come home, have our gardening, do a lot of fix this and that on our own. And then yet we have friends who hire someone for everything. Their children don't even know how to pull weeds, mow the lawn, because they've only taught their children that the best way to do it is hire out everybody for everything you need done. I don't believe in that, because I've seen how their children grow up, and it's not desirable. I would never want my children to not know how to do personal chores, and I wouldn't want them always calling someone to help them fix something that they should know how to do. And it's just a convenience thing, it's like my friends, they grew up like I did, and maybe they made a personal vow in their heart that they would never want for anything again. That I'll never mow another lawn, or I'll never change the oil in my car again, or I'll never do the dishes again. I mean, it's all about convenience and automatic stuff. Put it in the dishwasher. Well, I'll tell you what, I have a dishwasher, and I still wash my dishes by hand. Kind of strange, huh? But I don't know. It cleans my hands. I just feel like I don't have to buy anything special. To me, it's more convenient to wash by hand. And as far as my house is pretty simple. I can afford to get something like this because I don't go anywhere, really. I don't do a whole lot of things. I do free events. I rarely do anything that costs a lot of money. And what money I think I'm saving, I put it away and say, hey, I can buy this now. And that's how I live. I'm not saying anyone is bad or wrong in doing that. Wanting to hire out for everything around your house. But I just personally, and I'm not imposing that on anyone, I'm just saying I personally don't need anything but the most simple life. Dogs keeping me company, having friends over, going out helping people, helping my neighbors, bartering with them, feeding chickens, getting the eggs. I mean, those are such simple pleasures, and this is a simple pleasure that I can sit down and watch TV, eat popcorn, and relax. People text me, I text back. They call, I talk, they talk. Go out and garden. I pray, I read the Bible, I read books. And it's just simple stuff. If I were to have a sports car, I wouldn't be able to have an ATV to plow the snow or pull a trailer on my property. If I were to have a sports car, I definitely wouldn't have been able to buy wood to rebuild my deck. I mean, I look at just in living simple. I'm not here to impress anyone, and no one impresses me. So if I'm on my way to work and I see someone driving their car 100 miles an hour and it's a brand new Charger or something special, I just look at it like, well, kudos, but that's not for me. I'll just drive my little tiny car. Of course I have a 4x4 for the snow and for also trailering, but I'm just simple. So here I start making popcorn and I get all philosophical and methodical. But it's really because I was talking to a friend earlier and we were talking about how we like the simple things. We're not impressed with people's homes and things like that. I keep mine clean. Dogs aren't allowed in the kitchen. Organic is pretty much the garden, If I buy meat, it's organic, and I look around for what's cheapest. Do I use coupons? I use digital coupons. But yeah, just a simple way of life, and I like it. I hope you're having a good weekend. God bless.